Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Aiman Syafiq. I am from Group 1. Today we want to present about the Imageability Studies in Ipoh Perak based on the book The Image of the City by Kevin Lynch. Based on the book The Image of the City by Kevin Lynch, the contents of the city image, which are referable into physical forms, be classified into 5 types of elements, which is paths, edges, nodes, districts, and landmark. Okay, for the first one is paths. Paths are the channels along the observer that potentially moves. So they may be walkways, streets, railroads, or transit lines. So along these paths, the other elements are also arranged and related. For example, in Ipoh Perak, the facade at the Jalan Panglima Bukit Gantang Wahab make the path more distinguishable and concentrate to the activities there that make the path more important. Other than that, the entrance of the Ipoh railway station, also at Jalan Panglima Bukit Gantang Wahab, shows the continuity due to the planting plan along the entrance. We also have Ipoh Mural Old Town, which is a pedestrian way, which the wall along the path have a lot of beautiful mural, so make a concentration of the activities there. These attract more people to use this path, so it became an attractive spot. Little India is also a famous place for Indian doing their ceremony and cultural festivals. So during any cultural festival, Little India became a high network pedestrian way.
Hi, so you have arrived at my part and I will introduce myself first. My name is Nurhidayatul Syamimi Binti Ahmad, 2019258212. So my part is landmark. I will continue this discussion here. Imageability Study elements in the city. Our location is at IPOH CITY, Perak. Okay, firstly, Padang Ipoh, a place of attraction to community and where people spend their leisure time, has become a local special area. And the next one is Arlene House. This has become a landmark because of it's a building which carries historic entity with proof of its craft shape that can be found easily all around Ipoh. So as you can see, it's very obvious of how different and aesthetic this building are, because it is really it's really obvious that its craftsmanship is totally in the past, and you cannot find this craftsmanship or it's this kind of building nowadays, which nowadays building will all be modern and rectangular shape, very simplistic. But Arlene House, however, have a different and unique craftsmanship. And next one is Burke Memorial Clock Tower. This is a landmark because of how it stood out but were hidden, and also has historical background. So even though Burke Memorial Clock Tower isn't as big isn't big in scale, but it stood out from the rest in the area. Even though it's small and hidden, it still stood out because of its historical and also because of how it has a unique and special design. And moving on to Masjid Negeri Sultan Idris Shah. Okay, what makes this Masjid Negeri Sultan Idris Shah different from any other masjid is because each building is built with unique design and merged together to form an absolute beautiful eye-catching mosque. So Usually only the main part building of mosque has a beautiful design to make it stood out, and the rest of the building will be simple. But it's different from Masjid Negeri Sultan Idris Shah, as its whole building is filled with a unique and beautiful craftsmanship. It's really obvious of how pretty and eye-catching it is from far away. Next we have Ho Yan Hor Museum. What makes Ho Yan Hor Museum a landmark? Because this building stood out from the rest of shops there because of its colorful mural. It is also a popular tourist attraction. So, even though all buildings there have a unique design, if you compare to nowadays building, and also they all have the past craftsmanship design, Ho Yan Hor Museum stood out because of its mural. The outside building, the side part, has a really big mural that fills the entire wall, and absolutely eye-catching, which you can see from far away, and thus it really stood out. Next we have Concubine Lane. So this place has element landmarks that provide a sense of orientation and direction because of the road going straight ahead. So Concubine Lane located at Jalan Timah. So Jalan Timah just going straight, and then thus what makes it has a directional sense. It also somewhat a back alley, since it's a narrow part of the road, and what makes this Concubine Lane so special or a landmark because of how there are plenty of murals there, and also there are plenty of shops there. So not only that the place is colorful, but there is a lot of things and activity going there. Moving on, we have Ipoh Railway Station. So railway station is a busy place for community, as its duty is to provide a place for transportation to either drop or pick people to whenever they want. It is a really common duty of a station, but what makes Ipoh Railway Station a landmark is because of its clear fog. It has a beautiful and unique design to its building, which what makes it different from any other station there, and also it is a place that has a lot of activity going on. And next one, we have Little India. This place has become a landmark because of it has variety of color for each building and some unique ornaments that makes them become a focal point among the area. So kind of similar to Concubine Lane, Little India also has a big striking gate in front of it, which makes it easily a landmark, since it stood out from far away and you can see it is so big in scale. The shops there also has colorful color, even though all the building there isn't as much as unique, but the color make it stood out. And also the plenty of shops going there makes the situation more merrier. So that's all from landmark. Thank you.
So I'm Sharifah Puteri Sophia and I will be presenting on district. So district is a spot in town that borders has a particular factors or activity that makes it different from the surrounding areas. Each district has its own personal characteristic which makes it different from one another. So for district, to identify district you have to look at the characteristic, which is the thematic continuity, which are the space, form, texture, function. So for example, texture, you could look at the color of a building. So if, for example, a row of brick houses or brick colored, you could recognize that as a district because it is different from the surrounding areas. Even the population of the place could be a way to identify a district. Like, for example, Little Tokyo in San Francisco, it's all, the signboards are in, some letterings are in Japanese, so like, oh, this is a place for Japanese people. Then we have utilities. As for utilities, we use transportation. For transportation, we could pinpoint that Ipoh railway station is a district on its own because it mainly focuses on transports. In a way, Ipoh railway station is also a major landmark because when you think of Ipoh, people would know Ipoh railway station. Next, we have medical district. So for medical district, we have a dental clinic at Jalan Tun Abdul Razak. It's just a dental clinic. Like in the surrounding area, there's nothing. It's just one sole clinic there. So you could say that's a district because there's nothing else around it, and it's people mainly go there for medical purposes. Then we have Little India, which falls in Indian district. Little India is an area where it's highly populated by Indians, which they sell all Indian stuff, food-wise, clothes, all Indian. So like earlier I said about Little Tokyo in San Francisco, it's the same, it applies the same way. Like in Little Tokyo, it's known for its population and signs. Same goes to Little India. The population is all Indian. The signboards, the shop signs and all some are in Tamil or Hindi. So you could tell, oh, this place is all Indians, so it's an Indian district. And food district, we have a lot of choices in the area. The food district offers a range of restaurants and food stations that the community have the option to choose from, one of it being Plan B. That's one of the famous food eatery at Ipoh. Then last but not least, education district, which is SJKC Yuk Choi, which is a primary school located at Jalan Sultan Iskandar. It's the only school in the whole map, in our whole map. It can be considered a district because it's the first call for human capital. So that's it for district. Let's move on to the next part.
Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Rahmad bin Yusof. I'm from AP148 4C. So today I want to present about Imageability Study, Elements of City by Kevin Lynch about the IPOH City. So my part is about notes. Okay, the first one is about the thematic concentrations notes. Okay, Ipoh railway station, known as a Taj Mahal of Ipoh by the local, and then it is one of the attraction at the IPOH City, and also the station has their own unique building that can give attraction to people to go there, and it also the main point of the IPOH City. The next one is Jalan Sultan Yusof and Jalan Tun Sambatan in front of HSBC, Bank Ipoh, and Padang Ipoh can be the place of a break transportation as consists on intersections. Okay. Then the other one is a junction node. Jalan Bandar Timah and Jalan Panglima can be identified as junction nodes because of the one intersection can give attraction to the observer. Okay, and the last one is about Jalan Panglima Bukit Gantang Wahab and Jalan Sultan Iskandar connected the roads between Masjid Sultan Idris Shah to areas that are often visited by Muslims to perform prayers on daily basis. I think that's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Baqi by Azhari. I'm gonna represent from Group 1 for the ages. So as we know, ages is a boundary which can be real or perceived. It can be like shoreline, it can maybe like curbstone, it may be like building, maybe like a wall, like that. So the city that we currently study right now, which is Ipoh City Perak. So which I found in the city about ages is Kinta River. Kinta River is a natural ages because there's a water. The water create boundaries within two areas. So definitely ages. So next gonna be KTM Ipoh Perak, which is I found. The railway itself act like a barrier to the two side area. So next gonna be Jalan Sultan Iskandar Perak, which is alongside the road there's hedges planted, so it create the hedges, it create the hedge. So next gonna be the Hajno Bridge, which is a bridge that connect the two area from this side to other side, so it can be act like as a barrier as edges. So also which I found there's a duality. Duality means there's two elements in one place. I found there's a park there which is Ipoh Park, can be a landmark. It can be a landmark also around the park which surrounded by a tree, so it can be edges. So there's a duality which is edges and landmark. So another one is gonna be pathway and the edges, which is from the Kinta River. Kinta River itself can be edges, but there's a walkway, there's a pathway alongside the Kinta River, so it creates a duality which is edges and pathway. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you so much.